Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you all have an amazing day. We're starting off with the white piece against a 1954 from Serbia, E4, E5 so far. Let's go for a Scotch. Normal Scotch? Normal Scotch, classical Scotch, who would have thought? I've literally just played this in Bullet, which is crazy as a little warm-up. They decided to take though, which is not ideal for black. I don't think we're going to go E5 here, I think is the move. Kicking the queen away. And the queen usually comes to B6 here. To take, and then pawn takes, opening up the rook. They go queen G5. So they're making a sort of threat of queen C2. Queen C1, sorry. But also, it's not actually a threat because A, we block. B, we just move the knight away and the rook covers. So we just develop the knight, I guess. Seems logical enough to me. Yeah. We could go like a H4 or something. Seems slightly unnecessary. I'm a bit worried about takes. But at the end of the day, maybe takes is fine with some rook action on the king supported by the queen, potentially. We could also go knight to E4. Although, not really sure what that's doing, to be honest. I don't mind a H4. I wouldn't even mind an early rook lift, which is a bit crazy. But I think there might be something in that. We've got to be a bit careful of knight to F5. I think we long castle here, I think we long castle. I don't see why we wouldn't long castle. And then like a bishop D3 is really exciting with the rooks coming along. It seems like a devastating attack already, basically. So let's just do that, I guess. Knight there is a possible move. At that point, I think we just go queen E4. Doubling up the bishop and the queen seems nasty. They probably go D5, maybe, en passant. Takes, and then like a G4 probably wins the knight. They throw in the check, that's fine. Probably just go to B1, right? All of our pieces seem good. I don't know why we would not go to B1. The knight comes out. Seems fine. I mean, it's hitting our queen, sure. Is it doing anything after that? I don't think so. It's hitting the pawn. The rooks come over maybe. But we always have like an F4. We've got to be a bit worried about D6. So maybe we don't want to go to E4. That means we don't want to go to G4 either because they have the discovered attack. We can't go to F4. Maybe we don't mind E4. Rook over. F4. D6. I really want to get a G4 in, G5. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to cover the pawn as well. D5. D5 could work. You've got some pinning activities going on. You could even think about pushing as well. But then you get in forks and you're losing your bishop, which is not nice. Not nice. I really like this bishop here. I really do like this bishop here. So maybe a C5 could work. Yeah, maybe a C5 could work. Let's go C5. We're hitting the rook. I want to try a G4 regardless, potentially. Rook there, G4. Oh, rook takes is an issue. Rook takes is an issue. They play a B6. I don't think the bishop wants to go on this diagonal, to be honest. So I'm happy with that. After a B5, A6. Slightly annoying. We might lose this pawn, so maybe it's time to just go back. I still don't want to go to D5. Still don't want to go to D5 because of knight In fact, knight b4, do we just do rook takes? And then move the rook over? I still want to get a g5 in there. Okay. I mean, I think we have to go to d5, right? I think we have to. Unfortunately. They don't have any push because the knight's only defended by this pawn, which is good for us. Queen there. I mean, queen e4 then, maybe? They go rook there. So I think we probably spend a move going a3. Just to stop this annoying thing. And then we can think about a g4. I think is important. I really don't want to lose this bishop. It's so nice hitting the king. You could claim it's potentially blocking your rooks, but I think it's doing a much more important job for now. I think it is. I don't know what this rook was doing. Probably wanting b7. They go queen there. Queen there. Can we go g3 still? Continue this idea. G3, queen there, queen takes... no, we just go there first. Duh. G3, queen takes, we go there. Queen there. Maybe a knight e4. Maybe a knight e4 works. I don't mind it. Maybe a knight e4. Knight e4. Bishop there. Queen there. Oh, pawn there. Queen there. Oh, then you've got check, which is nice. Where's that queen going? Bishop there. Because we have so many discovered checks, it's ridiculous. I think we go knight here. I think that's quite nice for us. Bishop there, then we go g3. And the queen's... I don't want to say trapped, but it's not in a great place. It's kind of getting hit all over. Queen takes is slightly annoying. Did I miscalculate that? I think I probably did. Right? I think I probably did. We never actually managed to play an f4. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Let's think. After queen takes. Yeah. The knight takes. I really don't want to lose this bishop. But I think with the queens off the board, we might have to. Unfortunately. Can we go knight there? Okay. Knight there. So queen takes, knight takes. Unfortunately, I think we have to trade queens. Can we not? Is there any way we don't have to trade queens? We could go queen back to b3. Then knight a5. Let's do it. I really don't want to trade queens. I don't think that benefits us at all. Knight there. We go queen c3, by the way. We're still looking for f4 ideas. Especially if this rook moves, because then you've got the queen takes pawn. Supported by the rook on f1. I really like. They go there. So now we just go... Now we go f4. f4. Queen takes. Rook f1. No, we probably go hf1 to be honest. Probably go hf1. That's insane, right? Let's go for it. Why not? Why not? We're already down a pawn. Let's go down 2. Let's go down 2. It's not as nice without our queen being on d5, but I think the sentiment is still there, which is all that matters, really. The queen's struggling to go places. We've got a g4 as well, potentially. And we're just looking for an attack on the king, really. We're looking to sacrifice something with check, potentially. And sort of go from there. Hopefully we can get a nice sequence going. I don't know if we're winning this endgame. Is a problem. A slight problem. But I think our pieces are well enough placed and they're still slightly underdeveloped. Maybe. Sorry if you can hear a saw or drill outside or something as well, by the way. Neighbors are doing building stuff, which is great. I hope it's not too intrusive. Queen there doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right, to be honest. Knight there. Then you go rook e1. Maybe. 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 I don't think you can go g6. For some reason. Something tells me you can't go g6. We'll still go h to e1. So we're threatening a pawn there. Can we threaten anything better? I don't think so. Let's go knight here. So we're threatening bishop and knight takes. It's only a pawn, and it doesn't win the game by any stretch of the imagination. But he's making moves. It's making threats. They go pawn push, and I think here we go rook h to e1, right? Yes. Yes, we do. We do. Queen there, we go back to e4 and try to force them to take this. I think is good. Where else is the queen going? The queen goes back. That can't be good because we have bishop check. King there takes. Maybe. They go there. Then we go back with the knight, right? We go back with the knight. So we made a weakness. We can potentially look for g4, g5. Our knight's no longer on the same diagonal as our rook, which is good. So we've sort of just gotten a ton of free moves there, I think. Sort of just gotten a ton of free moves. Which is exactly what we need in this situation. We've got to be a bit careful about where this knight's going. Go queen c3. No, maybe not. Maybe a queen c3 could be worth it. Let's go g4. Why not? Start the pawn race. We'll finish the pawn race, you know. Knight there. We'll just go queen c3. I mean, there's nothing else we really can do. Bishop takes. We'll do... probably bishop takes. At least then we've still got some discovered threats with the rook. 58 seconds left. You go knight there. Okay, same thing, right? Same thing. Knight can't go back there because of the pin on the queen. They're going for this. They are going for this. We'll still go g4, right? Still go g4. Some nasty threats there with takes. Queen takes or pawn takes. We go in rook check either way, which is really nice. I think maybe this attack's potentially working, which is great. Queen takes pawn here. We just take this. Same thing. We might be getting a queen for a rook here. At that point, we've got to win this endgame fast. We've got to win it very, very fast. Very, very, very fast indeed. We're also threatening mate if they decide to do anything else, which is great. Queen there. We probably take, right? No, we'll go queen here. We'll go queen here. Carry on the attack. I think. Take this pawn, maybe. And then still look for rook h1. So the threat is takes. Or check. No, we got it. Or check, even. They go for that. Check. King there. There. Takes. Sure. Oh, no. We blundered mate in one. No. Oh, no. Oh, that was silly. That was silly. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, mate. That was silly. That was very silly. I should have seen that from a mile away. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Okay. That's great. That is great. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. That's a nice one. Okay. Let's have a look at this shambolic game. It was a fun game. I don't know what I'm on about. It was a fun game. Terrible accuracy from both of us, right? 64.7 versus 63.5. We had the advantage most of the game. A few slip-ups, and then we definitely had a good attack going at the end. Obviously, that last move was less than ideal, let's say. 1500 versus 1500. I don't know if I said, but 64.3 versus 63.5. So we actually had the higher accuracy that game. Not that 63% accuracy is anything to brag about. Yeah, this is strange. You go queen b6, and I actually like queen b6 for white. It makes life slightly awkward for black. You've got to really manage this threat of knight there. I guess with a king d8 is the way to play it. And it is nothing, really. It's nothing. But it's not what black wants to do. Really. You put them in an awkward spot where they're defending this. You can long castle if you get the bishop out, or play a3, or you just give up this pawn, which is probably ill-advised. But yeah, we developed the knight. h4, apparently not the best move. Apparently f4 is. Yeah, I mean, it was one of these. I thought it would be the rook pawn. Apparently f4 is better for some unknown reason. I guess we struggle maybe a bit because we didn't play f4, which is interesting. But yeah, cool. Queen g6, definitely long castle there, right? Get the bishop out. They threw in the check, which sort of just lets us free. This knight's slightly annoying. I think we could have played this better. c4? Queen c4 is the way to play it? Oh no. You give up the pawn for what? For that? Yikes. You claim development, I guess. That's insane. Wow. I wouldn't even think of that. a3 I thought was necessary, maybe a bit slow, but again, I really didn't want to allow, say if we played like g4 like we wanted to, I didn't want to allow them taking our bishop with a tempo. It's just, our attack just fizzles out, I think, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But apparently still fine. And then we blundered here because we just gave up the pawn. So our advantage here is plus 1.8, which is significant, I think, to say that we're equal on material. Our positional advantages are so much better because we're so much more developed. And we actually have a viable attack going on the king side with our bishop, with our rooks coming in, like we saw. And then we just give up our center and almost force off trades, which is great. Apparently this is a blunder and goes back to our advantage because knight here is better. And the move is queen b4 to keep the queens on the board. Yeah, and now I thought c5, and you just move back and force off the queens. Yeah, and the question is, what are you doing with this bishop? G6 is met with H5, which looks nice. Yeah. They have some pawns. They have some pawns. You get your bishop out, but after that, where's it going? Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, bless me. Yeah, F4 here. We might as well throw away some more pawns, you know. Apparently the move is straight up knight G5. Which I think we did, like, the next move. But maybe H4 gives them time to get the queen about. I thought taking this was shaky. I thought H to F1 was good. Oh, then the queen goes back. Maybe a G4 then. Knight there. G5. Ah. Yeah, and then you're sort of trading off queens and trading off the bishop as well. And then you're just down 2 pawns because you've got no attack left after that. Knight goes to G5. The rook hits the queen. Apparently not ideal. You go here. Which makes a lot of sense. You've got a lot of things hitting that. And you just hang the knight. You just hang the knight because you have... I don't see any immediate mating tactic. If they play like a... say a H6. There's no immediate like tactics, but like it's unstoppable basically. Yeah, and then we move the knight back. Where are we? There. We move the knight back and get a G4 in. Slow. It still wants us to hang our knight, which is amazing. Trade off. Get G5 in is beautiful. Takes. And then the correct move is definitely to take the queen. I was unsure about trading off like this with 44 seconds on the clock. I needed a mate, really. And I think my time control is taking a hit recently. Whether that's... I don't know. But I feel like I'm in time control a lot more recently than I have been in the past. Which isn't ideal. And it's making for sloppy endgames where you need to be accurate, you know. And then obviously this. And the move is actually bishop there, which I saw, but I was scared to go for. Queen takes, and then just bishop there, I guess. Oh, bishop back, and you win the knight at least. You probably... Oh, you pin the queen first. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. And then the question is, what are they doing? They can check you some more. And then, yeah, this is just mating. This is, I mean, it has to be mating. So bishop there was the right move. I was just too scared to go for it. You know, because if it didn't work out, then I've used a lot of time calculating, and I don't know. I'd take this game as a positive. I think I'd take it as a positive. There were some mistakes, but I think our attacking ideas were working out. And I don't think that's something to be too critical of. We made a huge mistake in time trouble. It happens. I think the only real negative was blundering that pawn in the center. Was really the only thing we should be mindful of, at least. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.